Hey guys, it's Dave with MACkites. Today we're going to talk about another way to water start after you've had a bit of a crash and you're in that scorpion position where you're on your stomach, boards behind you. Obviously the main one that people do is they'll send the kite up, sheet in, you can kind of pop yourself out of the water that way. Today we're going to talk about adding a rotation into that and just add a little bit more style, a little bit more flair. Kind of gives you a way to make crashing turn into a trick. We are going to talk about quick doing a front roll on your water start from your little like scorpion position here. Let's get into it. So to do the front roll scorpion water start, you're going to be in that laid out position on your stomach, board behind you, kite up at 12. Pick a time that you're pretty powered. It's a lot easier to start this trick off with a good bit of power. So have the kite up at 12, make sure everything feels centered, you feel good, board's on nice and tight. And then bring the kite down. It'll start to pull you along the water a little bit. You want a bit of that movement so you can feel the tension in the line. And then as you're getting ready to start this, send the kite up to 12, maybe a little bit past, actually sort of helps initiate that rotation. And then as you do, send it up, sheet in, tuck your front knee. It's gonna initiate that rotation. And normally for a front roll, we always say to look over your back shoulder to get started. For this, because you're laid out and your lines are kind of in your face, it's actually easier to look under your arm. That's gonna help like tuck your head under, initiate that rotation, and you'll feel your board behind you catch the water a little bit. And that's what's gonna give you enough line tension to kind of pop out of the water. So send it up, sheet in, tuck under, look for your landing underneath, like I said, underneath the bar, and spot your landing. You'll come around, make sure you start redirecting the kite as you do. It should be fairly easy because you're usually ending up with a little bit of extra front hand pressure on any kind of front roll, just from that sort of trying to use your upper body to initiate the rotation. So you shouldn't have to think too much about that. Just make sure you don't really rip on the bar and dive that kite down. So just be wary about your bar pressure and how much steering you're doing. So this one will help with just really thinking through the kite movement the same as a regular front roll. Really to get that motion, to get that initiation of the trick, it's really all the same. So don't overcomplicate thinking how you're moving the kite. Just think about how as you're getting pulled out of the water, you're gonna tuck that knee, which is gonna help start the rotation. Look under, look to spot your landing, and then ride away with speed and it'll be perfect. This is a great way to add a bit of extra fun after a crash and maybe make it look like you were intentionally down in the water that way with coming up with some style after it. Hopefully you guys have found this one helpful, and I'll talk to you on the next one.